All right. Welcome back to the Polished Playbook podcast, where sports, culture, fashion, and real life all run the same offense. You are with your girl, DJ Diamond Diva, in the building, alongside my girl, NailzandNovelz, a.k.a. Keena, a.k.a. NailzandNovelz with a Z, whichever way you want to, whichever one you want to call it, right? And if this is your first time joining us, welcome. We are glad that you are here. If you want to follow us, and that's why I mentioned NailzandNovelz with the Z, on Instagram and all social platforms, I'm at DJ Diamond Diva, and we are here to bring you the energy and all the info that is in your timeline and out of it that you may not have even known, okay? Right. Each episode, we're going to break down the headlines, the mess, the magic, and all the moments that make sports feel personal, from football to basketball and whatever else the timeline is bringing. And also plenty of hometown love for our teams, because, you know, we all about Kansas City, baby. We bring all of that with intention, a little bit of humor, and a lot of passion for the game. So without any further ado, as I mentioned, welcome. Keena, what you got going on? How was your week?
Busy. Week was busy. We're going to talk about a couple of things that we both got to do this week, or last week, and this week. So it's been a busy one, just trying to find time for rest.
I'm on fumes. I just want a nap. That's all. I think if I had a little bit of a nap, I would be all right.
A good power. Let's talk about that, because a good power nap can change your life. Mm-hmm. It could be 30 minutes to an hour, and you feel so refreshed. And don't let it be a couch nap. Those are nice.
I haven't had one of those in quite some time.
Oh, you need it.
Used to live that life. I feel like in college, I used to live that life. I would plan it in between classes. I'd come back, wrap my hair up, get into bed, turn down the blinds. But now it's like, sheesh. I always say, well, I'm going to take a nap here, and then it never happens. So
yeah.
We're going to work on that. But I'm here, and I'm excited because we got a lot to get into. So we're going to go ahead and do it. Starting off with the NFL. Let's go. Now, you guys already know that the NFL draft was this past weekend. And we're going to just take a really quick look at who the Chiefs picked up, along with some notable picks around the league. Okay. Starting off with our Chiefs. Okay. I really do like this draft selection. On paper, on film, I feel like the Chiefs made some really solid selections. Defense. The first 4 picks went to defense, and rightfully so. They addressed that immediately. And like I said, we're going to get into it with Mansour Delane. Now, a lot of people were shocked and surprised. Yes. I'm happy about this pick, but I was surprised only because of all the hype that was around. Oh, the Chiefs are going to go edge. And we've had all these visits with people. And come to find out, it was a smokescreen.
It really was, because when he called, like when Brett Veach was on the phone with him, he was like, we had limited contact for a reason. Mm-hmm. See, the Chiefs move smart. Mm-hmm. So that's why everybody was surprised, because we had no idea.
They didn't bring him in on purpose, wanted to kind of be discreet about what they were doing, and it certainly worked, because they fooled me with this one. But it is a need that was necessary. We already know the secondary was cleaned out, and this is essentially Trent McDuffie 2.0. Yeah. You know, now he's his own individual, but you get what I'm saying. It's the replacement of backfield of Trent McDuffie. And so if you guys aren't aware of Delane, he's ultimately, I feel like, one of the best corners in college football. Physicality, he brings speed, ball production. He ran a 4.38, and he had more interceptions, actually, coming out of college than Trent McDuffie statistically. He only allowed 14 catches on 357 coverage snaps last season. Wow. So that's pretty good. He's locked down, if I've ever seen it. Also, no touchdowns on his watch. Okay. And no penalties.
Very important for us.
Just stop there. Very important. Penalties, no touchdowns, 14 to 357 getting through. Like, this boy is pretty good, and he's fast. So I'm really excited to see what he does, and he was number 1 for a reason. As Keena already mentioned, Brett Veach said that they knew for weeks that he was their guy, and they was going to get him.
Crazy.
So, and he's actually excited to play. I don't know if you saw, like, the call, and he was like, we're going to win. We're going to get a championship, coach. We're going to do it. So I love to see it.
And even not just him, I love seeing the calls.
Yes,
and
I
the
do like that part.
Emotion that these guys go through, about to live out their dream. I love it.
It's crazy. It's funny to see too, and sweet. Sometimes emotional too, because like you said, it's life changing. It's life changing. Seriously,
they worked so hard for this, and they're getting that opportunity. Now y'all got to go show out in camp. But I think this was like at home. My son, he crashed out.
Did he?
He crashed out. He crashed out on this pick.
Really?
He was hot.
Really?
And then the next day he was
like, okay, I feel better.
He said he felt better the next day. He felt much better the next day. He even said, I don't know what was wrong. He said, just like we said, we were expecting something else. If they were going to trade up, we were really thinking like, Ruben Baines. That's what we were thinking.
People thought,
and he dropped. So it's just like, well, I'm going to go with, like I said when we were on the radio, I'm going to trust in Brett Veach. So.
Yeah, because they have it steered wrong. Because I'll go on the record to say, when we drafted Patrick Mahomes, I didn't know they were going to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody, leading up to the draft and the combine, everybody said, oh, the Chiefs are going to get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's going to be this excellent fit for Kansas City. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, well, we better get Deshaun Watson, and then that's all who you would see, and so then when we moved up and got Pat, I was like, oh, okay, what I'm saying? Like, it was literally like, okay, because I'm one of those, I'm gonna see what they talking about, like, let me get to know, and so I was like, same thing, I'm gonna trust it. I was like, well, for them to get him, like, he's got to be somebody. And I remember them saying they compared him to Brett Favre and all of this, and I said, well, okay, but initially when the name was called, because in my mind I'm thinking Deshaun, and then it's like, huh? Who? What man? Who house?
And people were upset now.
But I said, well, let me see. The next I said, let's look him up. So we looked him up, me and Jose, and it's like, well, shoot. Let's see what he got. And then look, the best, I'm telling you, I mean, what a decision. The best quarterback. What an excellent decision. So that's why I said I've learned to just, if they pick him and they say this is our guy, we move, then they got to be somebody. And so this dude, Delane, is going to be somebody.
He is somebody.
So I'm excited. But you got to give, he was our first one. So I got to give him the spotlight. He was the very first pick for the Chiefs. So shout out to him. Now the second pick, Peter Woods from Clemson. He's a defensive tackle. And I watched the tape on this man because once again, they picked him. I said Peter Woods. He was one of two that I got right on the first round. So I was happy about that.
Look at you. Come on.
Giving myself congratulations. So I nailed one on the first one. But I watched his little tape. Oh my gosh, he's so fast. When he was doing the drills and stuff, I said, what? So I got really excited after I saw that. He's the only player in the nation with multiple games recording both a sack and a rushing touchdown last season. Both. Who does it on the defense? You got a sack and a rushing touchdown for multiple games?
Peter Woods
on the
does
defense.
That.
Peter Woods, and he's a Chief. So that's dope for him. Like I said, you don't see that often. He's got athleticism, and then pair him with Chris Jones. Defense gonna be looking good.
Great team.
So I'm excited about him. Next, R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma. He is an edge rusher. So he is our defensive edge player. Okay. So I say that because everybody thought we was going with Ruben Baines.
Yeah.
And like I said, he was available in the first round, but we went for our guy. And this is actually still a really good pick. Over 23 games, over his last 23 games he played in college, 22 tackles for loss, 15 and a half sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. So that's what I'm talking about. The boy gets it done. Okay. And then, like I said, he can give you 25 to 30 snaps and make him count. So, like, he's consistent. He's always going to be getting pressure, and that's what you need. That's what the edge is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Pressure the quarterback. Get to him. So I'm excited. I think he's going to be really good. And like I said, since we couldn't get the top of the top because this was in the second round, I think he's one of the best options that was available for us.
Yep.
Then Jadon Kennedy out of Oregon. He's another corner. So we got another piece to the secondary. Over 40 career starts. He is experienced. Likely you might see him kind of in the nickel role for the Chiefs, which would be good. And then, like I said, this just shows you that the Chiefs, their focus was replenishing the defense. If you haven't already kind of looked at it, on the offense, they kind of cleared house on the coaching staff. Right, we got Bieniemy in, Nagy was out. We got new running backs, wide receiver, like all the offensive side of the ball got a shakeup. On defense, we kept our coaches, but we got new players. So I'm curious to see how that would go. I think that was a smart move. Like I said, we've talked about Bieniemy. I think with Bieniemy and the people we already have in place, it's going to be great. But we needed some players on defense. Like, we just had to have it. I think they did the right thing with these picks. Okay, so now we address the defensive side. We're going to flip to offense really quick. Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. This is a pick that I'm really, really excited about. When you compare him to Isaiah Pacheco a bit, Pacheco, he has kind of like the power of the aggression. Johnson has a little bit more vision.
Okay.
Not running into the back.
Because that's needed.
Yes. So I was excited about that. He's got agility. He's a good pass catcher. He led the FBS. in 151.8 all-purpose yards per game. He was averaging 151 yards a game.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Per game is wild.
Over 1,800 scrimmage yards, 46 catches, only one fumble on nearly 300 touches. Ooh, so that's good.
That's beautiful. He can secure the ball. Excellent. He can get that yardage. This is a great pick.
Efficient and versatile. So, like I said, now our running back room has some options. We already know about Kenneth Walker. We have Emmett Johnson. And then, honestly, we know Pacheco is going to Detroit, but do we know for sure if Kareem Hunt is going?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying. So, I guess there's going to be, we're going to see RB3, who will step into the 2 to the 3. But I'm just glad we have some options because the running game, we had to have it. And like I said, when you have a good running game, that helps your passing game because that's going to free up the quarterback. That's going to have people rushing in. So that's going to open up the secondary. We needed it. I'm telling you. I told you we had a lot of stuff to address, but I think these are the really good places to start. Now, Cyrus Allen out of Cincy. He's a wide receiver, so we did get a receiver, you guys. Vertical threat. He had 13 touchdowns last season, and he's able to stretch the field and create space, which is what we need. We know Patrick he's got an arm, so let's give him some people to throw to. So I'm excited to see what he actually does in camp. And then finally, Garrett Nussmeier. He's out of LSU. So LSU be just cranking him out.
Look.
Factory.
That's basically what it is, especially in football. It's the best of the best really come out of LSU.
LSU, you got people, Alabama. I said, Mizzou, we've been having a few.
More lately.
We've been having a few. Yep. I'm excited about that. So now that we've, joined the ranks of the SEC some years ago, we've been getting some top talent. So now this guy, he's a quarterback, strong arm. He actually finished 3rd in LSU history, only behind Joe Burrow and Jayden Daniels for passing yards.
Oh, wow.
And we know who Joe Burrow is and Jayden Daniels.
Wow, that's huge.
That's huge. 3rd. So that's what I'm saying. Now I know we got Justin Fields. And obviously Justin Fields is going to be our guy. As long as Patrick's out, I think the job is his.
Right.
However, we've seen it. We've seen quarterbacks come out and be able to play. I don't expect that. But over time, if the boy is good, you could have a little debate between who's 2nd and 3rd potentially.
I don't know.
When's
the last time that we've had 3 good, just great?
I can't remember a time.
And that's crazy for him to be 3rd behind JV and Jaden. Mm-hmm. For him to be 3rd and just to come into now being behind Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields, he can learn 2 different types of things. These are 2 quarterbacks that run, both of them, and they run very well. And then they throw. Pat's arm is unmatched. So for him to come behind even both of them,
3rd in passing yards,
is great for him.
So that's why when I saw that, I said, oh, wow. So he got a little bit of arm on him. Okay. So we're going to see, like I said, and we need the option. You might think, well, it's 3rd round or 3rd string. We went to the 3rd string last season because Pat got hurt. Then Minshew got hurt the very next game with the same type of injury. Yeah. And then we had Oladokin for all that time. So it's we need 3 quarterbacks. Hopefully we won't have to utilize that.
Not in that
Patrick
way.
Patrick is here and he's going to be healthy and fine. But you need to have some depth. And then you can get creative with packages too if you got 3 good quarterbacks. So great pick. Now, those are the Chiefs picks. Really quick, let's look around the league because there were some big names that, I talked about during when we talked about the combine, when we talked about who I think the Chiefs should be targeting, and let's see where they land. But there's a summation. If you watch it on YouTube, you can just see in a nutshell who all we picked. Congratulations and welcome to Chiefs Kingdom.
Welcome to Kansas City.
And then there's more. We about to be looking at free agents and undrafted people. So there's still more people that may be joining the ranks, but those are just everybody that was selected on draft night. Now, as I mentioned, around the league, we talked a lot about Jeremiah Love. He's going to the Cardinals. He's explosive.
I know.
People, I said, wow, Christian McCaffrey, they kind of make that comparison. Christian McCaffrey, as long as he stay healthy, that boy, it's crazy. So if Jeremiah Love is like that, then they got a good one. Carnell Tate, he was one I was sad because I wanted him to come to Kansas City. He went to the Titans, number 4 overall. Reuben Bain Jr., he went to the Buccaneers. And when he came out, I said, I wonder if he's mad that the Chiefs didn't get him. Did it feel like that a little bit?
I felt like it.
Because I said, if I felt like, when we moved up, I was like, I think they probably about to get him.
And so he probably thought that as well.
That's what I was thinking. And then when he came out, everybody has a different disposition when they come out. Some people are crying. We've seen some people are hype. And he definitely came out like he was just ready to suit up. immediately.
I mean, they showed interest.
Did you see? But like when he came out, he was did his little arm. They get the hat. They supposed to look in the mirror, styling profile. He didn't. He took the hat, didn't even look in the mirror. Just kept walking. Yeah. So I was like, he? That's what I was wondering. Because I think he probably thought he would have been in top 10. I feel like he got 14.
That's another thing. Yeah. So he thought he was going to be higher, and then he probably thought he was going to the Chiefs. Because just like, let's say like you're dating somebody and you're spending time talking to them and whatever, and then they choose somebody else. It's just
you took me on dates. You invited me to meet the family.
What was the reason? Like, why were you playing with me? And then it's like, but hey, you're going to the NFL.
Yes. Yep. And he's going over there with Baker Mayfield and I would probably be upset.
It's warmer there. It's warmer there.
Yes, Tampa, I'm sure it's nice. And like I said, shout out to Tampa. They went deep in the playoffs last year. I feel like they did.
They did.
With Baker, yeah. So
you're not going to no scrubby team.
It's not going to the Elephant Graveyard, but
not going
y'all
to the
don't
Raiders.
know what the Elephant Graveyard is. I'll tell y'all what I think the Elephant Graveyard is later. But yeah, so he didn't go there. Also, we've got Kenyon Sadiq. He went to the Jets.
I know, I did like him. I did.
Caleb Downs to the Cowboys. That's one that people thought the Chiefs might get. Arvell Reese, he went to the Giants. Fernando Mendoza, of course, he went to the Raiders, first pick. And then don't forget Sonny Styles. He landed with the Commanders, my daddy's team. I know, I was happy. I was like, yay, at least he gets to go there.
Yeah.
So that was good. We kind of already talked about Bane being on the board and Brett Veach and all of that. But like I said, that's just the strategy, and it worked. So
yeah.
They've been keeping secrets, honey. I'm just playing.
Not sharing.
Sharing
is caring, Brett.
They just let a little bit out. A little bit. That one got past me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, that one got past
keep my eyes
everybody.
Open I missed the smoke signals on that one. So, anywho, I really do like the draft, as I mentioned. Overall, we've addressed some key needs. I know some people are kind of on the fence. I feel like as time has gone on, more people are more excited as you get to know some of these players and kind of look more into their history. But I think that we built the depth where it matters. Yeah. And, of course, we just got to see how it looks on the field, because people can be a monster in college. We've seen it. We've seen first round quarterbacks being picked to then they just kind of fall by the wayside. The NFL is just a whole different ball game. So we just got to see how this translates. But overall, I think we'll do good. I think Kansas City is a place that knows how to develop talent. Yeah. So if anybody is going to make these a home run hitter, it's the Chiefs. And then, like I said, now we get to sit back and wait for OTAs and training camp. And
it's exciting.
It started. Like, I feel like the draft is kind of the precursor to the season's back almost. Like it's about to get hot and heavy real quick. So that is my NFL report.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Keenan,
I know a lot of times that when Sharon is speaking on the NFL, y'all are learning. Y'all are learning things that y'all did not know. Kudos to her.
Well, thank you. I do my best. I do my best.
Because people are like, I didn't know that. Like, well, now you do.
The more you know. Where's my rainbow? All the 80s, baby. Shout out to y'all.
Like, we know a lot of things.
Was it the 80s or was it before us? Was that around before us?
I don't know anything that was before us, so we're going to take credit for that.
Yeah. I feel like that's the 80s thing.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, Keena, what we got in the basketball front?
Yeah. From now on, I'm going to start with the ladies, so y'all be prepared. So we're going to start with the WNBA. The season has officially started. It is preseason time, and y'all know I've been waiting on this for a minute, but it's great to be here. So we did get to see Caitlin Clark. She returned to the WNBA with the fever. She was out most of last season with injury. So it was good to see her back on the court. She had kind of a quiet night offensively, but we did get to see new rookie Raven Johnson from South Carolina, and she was a monster on defense. And I think that's why they picked her up. It's not – a lot of people had like questions on why, because she's going to play behind Caitlin or whatever. She can also learn from Caitlin, but, and I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, Caitlin's not the best on defense. She's gotten better, but she's not the best on defense. When you bring somebody like a Raven Johnson in, the defense is on another level. Yeah. So that was a great pick for Stephanie White in the Fever, because I wasn't expecting her to go there. I wasn't too excited, but I watched the game, and it was a good game. So it was good to see her out there. Then we also got to see other teams. I've got to see the Sparks play, the Aces, and Minnesota Lynx, and we saw them play against international teams like the Nigerian national team and the Japanese national teams, which we're giving them a little bit of a run for their money. Earring. My earrings are always falling out. That's why a lot of times I do not wear them because I lose them. At least you did not lose that one. So I got to watch the Aces game the other day. Asia did not play. She was on the sidelines cutting up. But got to see my girl Kennedy Carter play back in the W, where she was the leading scorer with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in the box. Stop playing with Kennedy. Y'all should have had her on your team last year. But this, but this is where she's supposed to be. Yeah. I think she was supposed to take that year, go overseas, dominate over there, and come back. And now she's with the perfect team. So I'm excited about that. Have not seen my girl play yet. They actually play this week. By the time this airs, she would have played. So I'm excited to watch her play with the Atlanta Dream. But, you know, we got to see a preseason game ourselves.
We did.
But we'll talk about that a little bit later. And I don't really have a ton on the W, but I really wanted to talk about one player that is still unsigned.
Okay.
And nobody understands why. Some people have a thought of why, which is unfair, but we'll see. So Natasha Cloud, she was with the New York Liberty last year. She is an NBA champion. She has consistently been in the top in assists, steals, and defense. She guards the best perimeter player every time they're on the court. Whoever's the best, she got him. She's a veteran. She knows how to run an offense. She knows how to anchor a defense. The issue may be she's very outspoken when it comes to certain things she advocates for, like the LGBTQ plus community, their rights, and racial injustice. So a lot of people are thinking, you know, especially when it comes to black women, you can't be too loud on certain things. So I feel like, you know,
think she's like blackballed or something?
A little bit, even though there have been people come out and say that she's not. Why has she been signed? Like, watched her in Unrivaled, amazing. It's not like she's not great at what she does. So people are really confused on what the reasoning is behind that. And like I said, you know, with black women, we kind of get punished for speaking our minds, and we don't get the same grace as everyone else when they speak on, or men in the NBA have spoke on certain things, and they still get what they get. And she's not even, she don't have a job right now.
Wow.
And that's just really, I
and
don't know.
There's no talks of teams that have been looking or like, so she's just out there.
She's out there still working her butt off.
Wow.
And, you know, for me, I feel like the WNBA loves activism until it's inconvenient. And, you know, they love about women are speaking up or whatever. But until it challenges ownership and forces uncomfortable conversations, then they have an issue with it. So I'm really hoping that that's not the reason for her not being signed to a team. But I don't know of another one.
Yeah.
So it's just really sad. I still want her to keep doing what she's doing. You know, speaking up about things that you believe in is very important. And a lot of people, you know, shrink themselves or don't speak on those things because they don't want to lose friendships. They don't want to lose jobs. They don't want to lose opportunity. But, you know, she's going through it right now. And most people like myself feel like that's the reason why. But she still stands on what she believes in, you know, so.
So we'll see what happens. Wow.
Yeah, I don't like that. But, you know, if you are a woman, speak up for whatever you feel like you need to speak up for. So, yeah. So good luck. I hope somebody picks her up. She is an amazing asset to any WNBA team. So,
and there ain't no, you know, because let me just, for the people that may not be as familiar, there's no other thing, like no other controversy. Like she doesn't get into it with teammates. They don't think she's like, you know, the Dennis Rodman of the group, just the rebel doing whatever. So it's just strictly nobody has a clue. She's a good player, gets along with teammates, but just out here.
Just out here speaking her mind.
Okay.
And, you know, we talked to Rob on Blog Access 101, and this is, he knows her well. So I'm going to tap in with him.
Yeah, that's what I say. You have to and see.
You know, because this is also probably affecting her mental health as well.
Yeah,
so.
I would imagine, you know, because with any of us, if you something that you're passionate about and you love to do and you can't do it, like you know you're qualified and you can't do it. That's just like, us, we'll bring it back to just regular terms, people that are non-athletes and just, somebody that works a regular 9 to 5. When it's like, man, I know that I can do these jobs. I'm applying for these jobs and nobody calling me back. Like, what the heck is going on? So it's like the same thing in basketball. It's like, I know what is going on.
I don't know, but I wish her the best, and I really hope somebody opens their eyes and gives her a chance. She could be in the same boat as Kennedy Carter was. Like, nobody picked her up last year.
Until late. Well, I guess not at all. I was going to say maybe it'll be late. But
I'm hoping somebody does because she's great.
Because, that's how they tried to do Shedeur, to teach a lesson, whatever lesson they wanted to teach. And they had him drafted all the way down when he should have went way before then. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe they just trying to. But still, it's like, what are we trying to, like,
these are not
what
children.
Are these messages that we're trying? Yeah, it's like,
I don't understand
what are we doing?
That. I don't get it, but I hope somebody picks her up. If you're smart, you will. So let's move on to the NBA. So there's a lot going on right now. In the Eastern Conference, the number 1 seeded Pistons are in danger of being eliminated by the number 8 Magic. It is 3-1 at this moment. So by the time this airs, it could be over with.
That's a hard hill to climb out of when you're down 3-1.
It is. Yeah. It is. And especially you weren't supposed to be in this position.
Yeah.
There's been videos of Magic players dunking on these men. It's just, it's crazy. And I enjoy watching the Magic. Number 1, the Magic was my team when Penny played.
Yes.
Like, I love that man.
Everybody loved him.
A long time ago. Not now. And and I love the Magic. And watching them play this season, Angel Reese's man played for them, Wendell Carter Jr. But I watched that before I even knew they were together. It's funny. Me and the boys went to a Chicago Sky game, and it was when they played the Fever. So they moved it out of their smaller arena into United Center where the Bulls play. So we had courtside seats, and they have this, like, just anytime you have court seat, you get free food, free drinks. So they have this like lounge area. And I knew at the time that Haley Van Lith was dating Jalen Suggs of that team. Not anymore, but they were. So we knew who Jalen Suggs are. We didn't know who Wendell Carter Jr. was. And he was right there with him. And me and Tyson were like, who is that? Now we know. So, yeah. So I really feel like you said, it's hard to climb out of 3-1. I don't think they will be doing that. I think it would be over.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. It's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
History.
It's hard to win that many games in a row. So
just gotta take it a game at a time.
That's all you can do. A lot of the
pack it on up.
Look, or go home.
Yeah,
go to Cancun.
Pack it on up.
You never know. A lot of the other teams in the Eastern Conference is 2-2 or 2-1. So I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know. I'll talk more about it next week when I know where everybody else is. As far as the Western Conference, of course, OKC swept the Sun. I mean, if anybody was going to get swept by OKC, it was going to be the Sun, period. So, the other night, I was expecting another team to sweep. I was really expecting it. And it didn't happen. It was actually the opposite. Got beat. The Lakers got beat by the Houston Rockets. But with that being said, they are still up 3-1. So
come on, we need greatness. That's how
we do. It was
8. Give me the 8 or the 12.
Yeah,
whichever one you want to.
Either one. We got that Kobe greatness.
Come on, Kobe, help them.
So hopefully by the time you guys see this, they will be moving on to the second round because they play this week. So hopefully, it was just a weird game. It was a weird game in gameplay and in officiating. It was very strange. And, Devin Booker has spoke on this before, and it's about the same ref that we watched the other day. DeAndre Ayton got ejected from the game for a flagrant 2 when his arm slipped. He fouled Şengün, and after the game, Şengün was like, I felt it was a little soft. He didn't need to be, ejected. But then this same ref comes around later in the game when the reserves are playing. So these are guys that don't see much time on the court. And he ejects Holiday from the Rockets and then Adu from the Lakers.
Everybody must go.
Everybody must go. And there was no scuffle. There was like a small scuffle of like, just get off of me. That's
it's the playoffs.
You ejected these boys for that? Like, what is going on? And I the players get fined for speaking on the officiating. When are you gonna start finding these officials? Because some stuff, it can't go on. I know a lot of people they get in their heads that this is a power trip.
That can happen.
That's not fair, and it's not good for the game to have that. You got players probably playing scared that they're going to get tossed if they look at somebody too long. So I don't know.
Now, it's like, okay, I understand. Shout out, to all the officials. I'm sure that's a very tough job. And it is hard to get everything right real time. We get to sit back and look at the replays and all of that. And they do have replays in both football and basketball. But it's hard to get everything right. So I will give that bit of grace. Yeah. The other piece of it is be consistent, at least. Sometimes the referees, they'll set the tone like, hey, they calling a lot. They not letting these boys be chippy today, so they gonna call. So, okay, if you're gonna call, then just do it on both sides of the ball. You can't just call one team close and then everybody else on the other team is loosey-goosey. So keep it consistent. And sometimes you'll see that, some referees are looser. They'll let them play more than others, but just be consistent. But the thing is, like you said, when you just start throwing people out, and it's the play. Like, one, we want to see some passion, some aggression. We ain't saying that people need to be getting fouled and stuff. Yeah. But it's like, to a degree, you got to let some of that go so that they can play. And then why are you throwing out all these people? Like, we just ejecting folks?
Just ejecting, not even giving a flagrant one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's wild to me. Because at the end of the day, these referees, they do they control the game. And, like how I gave them grace. Yeah, you can really ruin a game with a really bad call, depending on when it was. And so it's like, while it's a tough job, they do got to do better with that. Like, there has to be some sort of, and maybe there is, commission or something that looks at these refs and they determine and give corrective action when needed, because sometimes it's out of control. Yeah. Out of control. And I know people used to say, oh, the Chiefs no. It was out of control. We were getting jibbed out. I feel like we were getting jibbed. So that's frustrating, and I hate to see that. It's like, you want it to be consistent, but you throwing people out, like,
for nothing.
Why are we doing that?
For nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's ridiculous. So maybe, hopefully, they take a look at that and he gets a little talking to, so he don't do that
I hope
again.
So
Because we ain't got time for that.
Right. So if you're going to find these players, find these officials. Yeah. Because I know y'all go back and look at games and you're like, oh.
But then it's over. The game is over.
The game is over. Like, and I love that they can rescind technicals after the game, but if that player has been ejected, there's nothing you can do about that. So maybe in real time, y'all need to be like, hey, that's a little too much. It's
just a fine line. Like, I get it, but it is frustrating when it's like you just see it where they just, what are y'all doing? Like, what are we doing?
So let them play a little bit. Like,
I think it's physical. You let them play, but that's the tone. Unless, like I said, obviously, if we see if you foul them, you foul them. Yeah. But we're not just gonna be ticky tacky on everything, because then, like you said, people do start. Now I can't do nothing.
Now I can't play defense. Yeah.
I'm about to foul out if I sneeze on them.
It was so physical back in the day. There wasn't even a question. So
that's what we love to see about it.
Get some help. As that
Who
Michael
that man?
Jordan
Do we need
to?
Yes, I was going to say, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
Get your life.
I do not know that man. But let's get into some NBA awards, because they've been slowly announcing the awards. So, Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg from the Dallas Mavericks. It was only against him and Knipple. Those are the only two that probably could have won that award, and I do think it belonged to Cooper.
They got it right.
Yeah. Clutch Player of the Year, of course, Shea. He won Clutch Player of the Year, and then his cousin, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, won Most Improved Player, which he's been hooping for the Hawks. So I get where that came from. Sixth Man of the Year, Keldon Johnson with the San Antonio Spurs. Sportsmanship Award. I think that's special. Derek White of the Boston Celtics. So we're just waiting on a couple more awards. MVP is the big one. So, but that's all I got.
Nice.
That's
That's a great little wrap up.
Yeah.
So we need to see, hopefully, next show, we'll be talking about the Lake Show.
We're talking about the Lakers in that second round. And we're going to be talking about Austin Reeves and Luka being back as well.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. They need that. LeBron needs some help.
And that's another thing about that game when I watched it. LeBron offensively was not good.
He's tired.
He's 41. He been holding him down the past 3 games.
But then I'm tired. I ain't even out there.
Luke Kennard wasn't there offensively either. So when the people that have been doing the most, and Marcus Smart, they got
to step up.
Ain't nothing they could do. So therefore, that's why it wasn't the greatest. But I know they're gonna go back and win it in LA this next game. So
yeah, they need to, because like I said, as hard as it is to come back 1 to 3,
Yeah.
it can happen when people start getting that momentum. Then it's like,
you need to cut all
you
that
start
off.
getting nervous. Yeah, so it's like, don't let them
Shut that down.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, we gonna move on to the 30. Well, no, I'm jumping ahead.
She ready to go, y'all.
Right. We got it. 30-second timeout. No, we're gonna go back to replay and receipts. Keena had mentioned some of the fun stuff that we kind of got into this past week while we so tired, honey. But starting off, we had the privilege to go to see Mr. Bobby Witt Jr. Y'all know who Bobby Witt Jr. is. Don't play with me.
Bobby.
He is the star, one of the stars here of our Kansas City Royals. I think he's a phenom in the making. Like when you talk about some of the greats, he's definitely going to be one of those. He's got some outstanding plays, like just some crazy stuff he does. So I'm happy that he is a Royal. But nonetheless, we got invited out to see a little docuseries that they put together courtesy of Whataburger. Yeah. The pictures on the screen are just some of the pictures of the time that we had. We got to meet Bobby Witt. Yeah, got to eat some good old Whataburger, honey. Yes. Take some pictures and stuff. So it was a really, really nice setup they had there. Kenny, what was your thoughts on that event and his docuseries and
I had a great time. It was just really cool to be able to experience a first look at it. Mm-hmm. It's the Whataburger docuseries. It's going to be on Whataburger's Facebook and Instagram pages, but just to be there to experience that and get some food.
Right.
We had a great time. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, and I didn't, things we kind of learned about him. I didn't know all the stuff, like all the people in his family that play baseball, and like
his sisters are married to all baseball players.
Yes, I said, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So yeah, they eat, breathe, sleep baseball and Whataburger. Like that's just like, it's certain players will pick up endorsements and things like that, but like this one is near and dear. Like he legit loves Whataburger. Like he grew up on it. He said that was like the place to go. Like that was their hangout spot.
That's it.
Was Whataburger. So that's crazy. So that's dope that he's like doing his thing now, and then he gets to like pretty much be the face and get unlimited Whataburger. Like that would be dope. Your favorite place. Just think of your favorite place. And they was like, anytime.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Please, let me be there every day.
Right.
Okay. And I gain all my weight back. So no.
Right. And then shout out to him. His favorite burger was actually my favorite burger that I get there too. So that was
what burger is that?
It's that sweet and spicy. The sweet and spicy burger. Good.
And Whataburger did say they have a new chicken sandwich coming out. So y'all look out.
I forgot. Yeah, I was gonna say, let me get on that. That's probably fine.
Yeah, probably.
Because the breakfast, that honey butter.
Yes.
Man, I said that's probably 1 million calories, but it tastes good.
That's okay. We'll work it out.
Okay, so we digressed. But so that was a really fun event. Shout out to Amber for
including us into that. We had a great time. It was so much fun just to be a part of that experience and meeting Bobby. We've been watching Bobby for a while now.
Now it's going to be stuck in my head, Keena.
I'm sorry. Bobby! So it was just good. And, Royals on a little bit of a winning streak right now.
They were trying to rebound. Yeah. They was on a little skid. They was on the ropes for a minute, but they bouncing back.
I love it.
I said baseball is a long game. They got so many games, so you can't count them out. So that was that. And then the next thing that was exciting that we got to experience was the WNBA in Kansas City. Keena, I'm going to go ahead and let you.
I know 21 years later. So in 2005, that was the last time there was a WNBA game in Kansas City. And what was super cool about this experience is going as fans, but then going as a part of media is just something different. Like being able to experience something that you love. Y'all know I love women's basketball. Sharon likes basketball. She likes women's basketball, everything. So just to be a part, just to be a part of something like this in our city is great. Now, I would love, keep talking about it, us to get a team in our city. So hopefully we're on that short list of places to be, because we showed up and we showed out. So I mean, it was a great time for me. They ended up they played the Nigerian national team and they ended up winning 88-79. Miss Courtney Williams had 17 points, Olivia Miles had 11, Lainey White had 11, and Nia Coffey had 10. So it was just a great experience.
It was.
What did you think about it?
I had a great time. The game was a really good game. They were neck and neck for a minute, and then in the fourth quarter I felt like that's when the Wings kind of pulled away and just really took control of it. But like I said, it was just fun. The atmosphere was great. Like, how Keena mentioned, we haven't had a WNBA game and over 20 years, and let alone, any type of professional basketball, outside of like when we have the Big 12 and stuff like that. So just kind of getting a taste of that and how that goes was exciting. And like I said, I know it won't be this year. We weren't on the docket for an expansion team, but the hope is that we will. We know Kansas City is a tremendous sports city. Sports, like Kansas City loves their sports, and Kansas City has shown that they love and support women's sports. Like I said, we've talked about it before, but the Kansas City Current being the only stadium built for women's sports specifically.
Coach Reed brought that up too.
Yes, the coach of the Minnesota Lynx spoke to that as well. And so a lot of eyes are on Kansas City, particularly in sports. And, I don't know how the selection process went to be able to get the game here that we got, the Minnesota and Nigeria game. But the fact that we got that, I mean, one might think maybe this is just to kind of see how we could support it. And I just think we would, having a local team, people would be excited about that. Like, it would be something to go and do. Oh, if you guys are watching on screen, that was just the presser. I asked a question. I had to kind of
asked a great question.
Double Dutch my way into the room to get my question. Thank you very much. You got to fight for your right. Shout out to Travis Kelce. Got to fight for your right. I got to get in there and ask some questions. But yeah, so ultimately it was a great experience. And like I said, hopefully within years to come, we'll be able to do this on a regular basis because we'll have our own team in KC. But until then, I'm glad that, we're getting opportunities and people are coming here and doing things, because it's like the last years or two, like we've been having a lot of stuff.
A lot of
coming through
stuff,
Kansas City. Yeah, a lot of things we haven't really seen and experienced. So I was excited about it.
It was a great time. Y'all know I love me some women's basketball, and I just love seeing the little girls in the stands that were just so excited to
they
be
had
there.
The schools,
it was
some of the schools were in the audience.
It was so good. My high school was there for some
Center.
I looked around and said, "Oh, okay, yeah."
All
but
right.
it was fun. I had a great time. And shout out, like, our girl Jody was in that photo with us.
Yes,
too. So shout out to Jody.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was that. If anybody went or knows anybody who went, let us know in the comments what you think, and if you feel like we should have a team here or what. I know for a minute, what was it? It was the debate between basketball or hockey, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like having a professional hockey team. I'd take them both, because you would think, I'm taking the Mavericks, man. I'm telling you, make them professional. Rival the Blues in St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Any sports team, bring them on. But I would love to have a basketball team here. That would be tremendous.
And I figure if we start with the women, look
at this. I'm going to leave it. That's what I said. You're going to get it real. Look at this. Look at this. Pulling back my hair and took down my glasses, child.
We're just going to go on
my
to the 30-second time because I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know.
I told you I was tired. Maybe she really was tired.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. See, that was a little comedic relief. Y'all didn't know y'all was going to get that either.
So, the 30-second timeout.
I'm on the clock this time. Keena's going to ask me some questions. We know this is this or that style. I'm just going to answer them. And if I need to talk about it at the end, we'll talk about it at the end. Okay. All right.
I got a mixture of questions related to just...
This ain't going to be no payback, huh? For that tough question.
No. And I was really wrecking my brain to find something like that. There may be one in here. But I mixed up just NFL, training camp, all of that. Okay. Because last time we did it was draft.
Okay.
So, is you ready?
I guess.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Camp fights, are they spicy and fun, or should they relax?
Spicy and fun.
Fourth and short gamble, or take the points?
Ooh. Oh, that's it. Okay, we'll come. Take the points.
Okay. Watching wide receiver footwork or DBs talking trash?
Ooh, give me the receiver footwork.
Okay. Locker room vibes or sideline banter?
Locker room vibes.
Okay. Rivalry week or playoff card weekend?
Rivalry week.
So, like, okay, so you...
I'm Ron Burgundy. Listen, that's how I felt at the end. I was like...
So, would you prefer rivalry week? Rivalry week? Or playoff wild card weekend?
Ooh, okay, so that's a good one. I would say probably rivalry week, because the Chiefs ain't gonna be in the wild card week. We're gonna be on the bye week.
That's what I'm
for wild card
about.
week. So let's just do the rivalries, honey, because I won't get to see my Chiefs on the wild card week because we'll be on the bye. That's that one. The sideline versus the locker room. That's a good one because I do love good mic'd up.
Yeah,
I really love. In the sideline, they be having stuff. So that one was tough, but I feel like the locker room, you kind of get the.
Yep.
That I could go either way on that one. Then there was one. It was only one more I wanted to address. What was this? The first or the second one you asked me? It was one that I was like, oh,
was
man.
it take the points?
Yeah, yes, it was the take the points. So that's a tricky one because there are times like early in the game where I feel like you just take the points. You stay close until you figure it out. You can regroup after the half. So take the points. But then there's other times where I'll be like, you got to go.
You got to go for it.
You got to go.
It's like 4th and inches. Yeah.
Yes. So in general, and then it just depends on field position. Where you're at. So in general, I'll say take the points unless it's like we got to have a lot. Then you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
But those were good ones.
There's one more that I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Joint practices, yes or no?
Joint with
like with another team.
Oh, like
yeah. Because Chiefs don't do that.
No, they don't. I could see either way. I would say no, just because we don't. We don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk no injury. We don't want to see what y'all plays y'all got. What we
got
going on. People be
mad.
fighting. Just like, and that was one of the questions you asked. I think a little bit of cheapiness. We always get cheapiness from Travis Kelce in training camp.
For sure.
Every time. So
with
that's
his teammates.
Like, yes. That's why I was like spicy. Yeah. As long as it don't get too crazy now, which it never does. But I think it's okay to have that little kick in the pants. It's like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need everybody to get on board, get your head in the game. So I don't mind a little bit of spiciness, rev the people up, because we need production. So, okay, come on, we'll see what you gonna do, Travis. Whose face we get in this summer?
Right, somebody's.
All right, so that was a good 30-second timeout. Thanks, Keena. Yeah. All right, we gonna move along to flag on the play.
Gonna move on to some mess, yeah.
A double edition. Y'all get a special double dip today.
And the reason is because people are wilding out here. That you can't just talk about one thing.
So the first one. And both of these are sports related, obviously, right? But the first one, we're going to take it on back to the draft. Defensive edge by the name of Cassius Howell. He was drafted by the Bengals. Congratulations to him. Like I said, anybody getting drafted, that's major. Okay. He had a few words, though, regarding the Chiefs. It's on screen for those of you listening in. I'll read it for you. Quote, "They took an edge rusher before me. You know it's all good. Like I said, grew up a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But at this point, like I said, I'm just thankful to be a Bengal. So we are going to see them when we see them. I'm very happy to be a Bengal. And I wouldn't want to be a Kansas City Chief at this point." End quote. So here's the deal. I understand, like, just taking it to a human perspective, I understand being disappointed if it's a team that you grew up loving for. You know, like, I wouldn't want to work for any other team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I don't want to go work for the Bengals, and I'm a Chiefs, but you have to do what you have to do. And that's the nature of the business. When you get drafted, you don't get to pick necessarily who you're going to go to unless you're Eli Manning and you say I'm not going there. Right.
I'm not going. I don't want to go.
Most part, exactly. But for the most part, you go where you're drafted. You're just happy to be there. My only issue with this is that you can tell it was an emotional response. Yes. This is your draft. The Bengals selected you. And whether you happy about it or not, they selected you. And for you to be like, well, I mean, I'm happy. The way it read to me was you're not really happy about being a Bengal. You're upset. Yes. It was kind of a bitter bite. And like I said, I understand why. I'm not faulting him for being upset about it. But it's like you just got to learn when and where to say things. Because a lot of people get drafted by teams and then they move around. People get traded, people leave, people do things. So it's not to say that you would never be a Chief.
Right.
And then it doesn't mean that the Chiefs don't think he's an excellent player. There's a lot of players I'm sure the Chiefs would have loved to have gotten, but they couldn't. And they could have selected him, but they didn't choose. There's just a lot of factors in it. It doesn't mean that people in the building didn't like him, but it just wasn't the match at this time. So I just feel like I'm always a person that I don't want to burn any bridges, especially when you're just getting in. You haven't even played a snap in the NFL yet. Like, let's get in, focus on the Bengals, because if I'm the Bengals, I'm like, oh, well, dang, I guess he just really wanted to go.
Yeah.
Don't spend your acceptance speech talking about another team that didn't pick you. So that was just my thing. That one kind of went viral. People was like, oh, well, he talking stuff or whatever. It's so many sound bites and clips and things that come out of the draft. But that one stood out because I'm talking about the Chiefs. And I feel like that's for a lot of players, like, not saying that everybody want to come to the Chiefs. I know everybody don't want to come play on the Chiefs, but there's a lot of people that do and had expected to or wanted to. And so I'm just like, what do y'all think about that, Keena? Like, do you think you agree with that? Like, hey, just that's how he feel. He could say it, and ain't nothing wrong with saying it, or should he have kind of kept it cute, maybe told his folks about that and not went public with that statement?
So for once in my life, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Okay.
And the only reason is because I know this young man. And I know this was basically purely off of hurt. You know, if y'all know Cassius, he is from the Kansas City area, Rockhurst boy. He's a beast. He's been a great athlete all of his life. He used to play basketball. My son was a year older, but he played on the same team. Shout out to MDE. But he's a great kid. Know his father. They're great people. This was purely off of hurt because what did the Chiefs do? They took the same position right before him. So he was just hurt.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, you ain't got to do all of that. And the reason why is not even because, you know, you grew up in Kansas City and the Chiefs were always your number one. I totally get that. But when you brought up burning bridges, because the Bengals may not be your final spot. You know, you could go to the Chiefs one day. And, you know,
We've had Chiefs go to the Bengals.
Somebody's going to bring up, you know, people love to bring up negativity, and somebody's going to bring that up. So I really wish he wouldn't have said it, but he's a grown man. He going to say whatever he wants to. But I do know it wasn't out of anger. It was truly out of hurt. So I wish him the best, even though you're the enemy now, Cash.
Yeah, the ops is, Bengals are definitely the ops, and they be talking that cold cash. And then we got to see him, and so now it's like, okay, well, yeah, we got to see you too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Like I said, congratulations, but we going to bring it up because, he was,
you know,
talking that cold cash.
You say stuff and you gotta stand on it. So.
And I get it. And I just want to be clear too. There's a lot of players, like we talk about Patrick Mahomes. He grew up in Texas and watched the Cowboys. And we have Tom Brady. His favorite team was the 49ers growing up and things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Players have teams that they want to be on and they love, but you don't necessarily get drafted that way.
We've seen Joey B in Chiefs gear. So I'm as a child. So I mean, it is what it is. But you are getting the chance to play something you have worked your butt off for. No matter where you go, you're going to be great. So just
let the game do the talking.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
And I'll cheer for you when y'all not playing the Chiefs.
I know. I just went out of all the teams.
I know. I hate it so much. I do. I mean, if you would have went anywhere else, it would be a no-brainer. It's hard. I'm going to cheer for you.
Yeah, it is hard with the Bengals.
That's it, though.
Yeah, that's what I said. He can run amok. But the team as a collective, I can't.
I can't do it.
I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't sleep right at night.
Yeah. I get it.
Now we got a second flag on the play. Keena, what's our second flag?
Y'all know that we are going to have to talk about Megan and Klay.
Look at Meg.
Bomb. Okay. Look, now y'all remember when they first got together and people were like, he lame, like he corny. What are you doing with him? Blah, blah, blah. These are mostly men talking, of course. So I hated to see this when she had posted that, you know, she brought up cheating, like having me play house with your whole family and, you know, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings during your, during this basketball season. And now he tells her he can't be monogamous. Sir, you knew that before you got in the relationship. You knew you couldn't be monogamous because I've heard things. So I knew he couldn't. Well, I'm not gonna say I knew, but people do change. Yeah, people do change, and you know, my biggest gripe with this is you knew you couldn't be monogamous before. You knew that was still in you. You were still looking at other women. You were still whatever. You knew you couldn't do it. But the bigger gripe with me is, you know, she don't have no family. You know, all her family is gone. They've passed away. So for you to bring her into your family and make her feel like she has a new family, you know, she was doing Thanksgiving with them, cooking with them, and just enjoying life with him. She felt like so soft, like she could relax and be a woman in this relationship. And you gonna cheat?
So the flag is, let me say this. We only on the outside looking in. Yeah. We don't know. You know, Megan seems like a beautiful person. Like, obviously, physically, she's beautiful. And then she seems like she's a good person. She knows how to cook. She's funny. You know, all the things. But We don't know what goes down inside of the homes and how people really are and how they treat people. And then so we're going to bring both sides. We're going to be fair. Because there's two sides to the story. There was word that she cheated on Klay as well. There's accusations that she wasn't all the way faithful with him. I don't know what's true.
I don't believe that.
Don't know what's false. All we know is that they've broken up. Who knows if they'll get back together? No. Sometimes people spin the block. But, it's just shocking. Everybody was, when they first got together, it was like, oh my gosh, it was headline news. Is that him in the back? Who's that? And then they came out with the relationship and all of that. And so it just sucks, when you see people that you thought would be a good match and maybe this is it. And then they break up because that's tough to.
I never thought they were a good match per se.
Well, I wouldn't say
I was
that,
just happy she was happy.
Happy.
But another gripe is not even with him at this point. It's the men, and I struggle listening to men talk. And the reason why is because, she for the streets anyway. She could never be a wife. Yeah, and it's just like when they first got together, y'all were talking about how lame and corny this man was, and now y'all holding him up like Mufasa held up Simba. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, they do that with women. Women are never, men are never held to the same standard as a woman is. And I am tired of it.
I think in sports in general, when it pertains to relationships, I think that men, we kind of have that, that's what men do. That's who they are. But then if a woman were to do it, then, oh my God, Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
She's, all
she's
the
trash,
things.
every name. Yeah.
So I do agree with that. I do think that there is an expectation, not saying that I agree with it, because no matter what profession you're in, you can be a good person.
Yeah.
But I do think that athletes get a pass because that's what we expect. We expect that they're going to be out here in these streets because they can. But conversely, she can as well.
Definitely
she's
can
known
and should now. So.
And so that's let Partisan Fontaine tell it. When things happen, everybody comes back up, and because I saw that come up in the timeline about how he was saying, well, she cheated on me type of thing. So when it comes to relationships, it's fun to see celebrity relationships and things like that. But I just remember that's whatever they got going on is what they got going on in their household. It's their business. It's two sides to every story. Whatever, but we do wish Meg the best. I like Megan Thee Stallion. I think her music is.
I love Meg.
She
just
flow.
Seems like a fun person, and she's
bars.
You never really see her. She's been through a lot, in her life, a lot, and you rarely see her harping on that. You don't see her having a pity party about her circumstances, and I love her. She's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
For the stallion girls, because we tall.
Right, putting on for the tall.
And she went for a basketball player because you're tall, and she need a tall man.
Well, I'm sure there's probably a million of them lining up.
I want y'all to leave her alone right now. She needs some time. After dealing with the man that look like the PBS logo, we don't want to do this anymore. We're done.
That's wild.
Oh my God. Somebody posted that, and that's all that I see now is him looking like the PBS logo.
We need a picture. We should have that picture.
I should have. And then the PBS people responded, why am I in it? And it's just
that's the same.
The internet's crazy and it's hilarious sometimes.
It is. But that's wild. Like I said, hopefully both of them can find peace. If somebody needs help or whatever, they get the help that they need, the counseling to move forward. But I know Meg will land on her feet.
She definitely will. It hurts right now.
Yes.
But she'll get through it. Yeah. And, I don't care what he does or gets through. But I just wish everybody the best. But I do hope he can at some point be monogamous for a woman, because it's beautiful to be in a relationship with somebody that you love and you care for. So, I mean,
I think so too. But I agree with you. I think that's the beauty of life is finding someone. But there are some people who
just can't.
They got different opinions on what makes them happy, and some people want to be able to do different things.
Some people have addictions too, so that's a problem.
You for a time, but not for a long time. We just gonna ride this thing.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Right. So it depends on the person, but true. I feel you.
Well, good luck to
Megan.
To
both of them. Look, I tried to be
what we got there?
Tunnel fits.
Oh, who is on the list
Fashion
today?
Flips.
All right, I have Buddy Hield from the Atlanta Hawks first.
Is that a tote bag or a purse?
No.
Well, because I was looking at, I was like,
it's like a cosmetic bag, like a man's like cosmetic bag.
Okay. Well, yeah, so the jacket I actually like. I think the outfit's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just has on like some slacks. Looks like a little white tee underneath or white tank underneath, hat. And then the jacket is really what makes it.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's big. But
It's
that's
oversized, and that's crazy to be oversized for a basketball player, but it is oversized.
Yeah, it's like you can't see
and it's
his
like a
hands
different cut. Like the cut is kind of different. It's like maybe like a crop, but I feel like maybe he's wearing it back on his shoulders. I don't know. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it's cool.
I would like it. Okay, so we're okay with it.
Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna say I could see the pants being different with that. Like that, something could really set it off. But
yeah,
like I said, they just coming in to work. So
I don't think he played. So he didn't come to work. He came to hang out. Asia Wilson, the GOAT. So this sweater is a Nike sweater, and I remember someone else wearing this a little while ago, and I said I must have this.
I was gonna say Keenan probably got
and
one in the cart now.
No, I logged on to see the price. It's a couple $1,000s. I will not own that because I do not have that.
Yeah, I feel it's cute.
It's very cute though. I like it with the leather pants that she has on. She has some red shoes on it to go with it. It was a very cute look. She had some Gucci
with the glasses on.
Gucci glasses.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the look as a whole is cute. And what does that say? 72 on the back?
Yes, it's just do it in 72, like Nike cute. Thing. I thought it was cute, but it is expensive. Most of the things that we're showing you
that's
on
not for
tunnel
Nike,
fits
though,
are expensive. Very girl. I think it was like $1,500.
Still,
yeah,
for a Nike sweater.
For a shirt.
Yeah.
She can do it.
Talking about.
And who else I saw it in, they can do it. But I'm going to have somebody, grandma, make me that because I can't do it. It says just do it. I cannot.
A Nike inspired.
I cannot do it.
Not yet.
No. One day.
Yeah. One day.
And then we got
Klay
Shangoon.
But I'm saying he looked like Klay in that picture.
He doing that. That's a white man. Well, he's Turkish.
I was gonna say
he's Turkish.
He reminds me of Klay and the rapper. What's his name? Hello, Miss Johnson.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow. Yeah,
he's giving me a little bit of John B.
Oh yeah, John B.
Yeah.
Yep, with the glasses. Yeah. Put it out your mind. I actually like his outfit though.
It's cute.
I like that one.
I like it. And I like the way he's moving in it. He's very confident in it. He's not shrinking himself like, because I don't know if he normally wears really cute stuff, but I really like this whole outfit as a whole.
Actually, I like that one a lot on him. And it looks good. It matches his hair and the beard and all of that, the goatee.
Yeah, I promise one day I'm going to find some trash outfits to put on here. Like some clown fits.
I'm telling you, just wait for football season to start up.
That is true.
We see a lot of different expressions.
See Stefan up there with something. Is he on the team yet?
Not yet.
Well, okay, so people were probably just waiting to draft, and then
that's what I said. We got a whole.
Because there's
new
Tyreek
round
still out here hanging around.
Yep. I told you, it's more to come. That's only the beginning. The draft kick it off, and then we're about to start filling in all those other gaps.
Yeah.
So that was a good tunnel fits. Like I said, we haven't so far had anything that's like hated it.
My little hat on. Hated it.
Right. 2 snaps and a swear. Y'all know In Living Color. Look, am I dating myself again?
They may not know.
We'll go look at it. Is it somewhere streaming somewhere?
Oh, I'm sure.
In Living Color was so funny.
It was.
I loved me some In Living Color. Some of the greats. Jim Carrey.
The Wayans. All of them.
Who else? It's another. Jamie Foxx.
You had Tommy Davidson.
David Allen Greer. Yeah. All of these greats was on In Living Color. So if you don't know,
get into it.
Get into it. It was a time. All right. So Closing Huddle. Well, look at us. Closing Huddle.
Look at us.
What do we have coming up this week?
This week, NBA playoff games. If it's a day, there's a game on. Turn it on. I don't want to tell you what.
Check your local listings.
Yes, because like I said, by the time you guys see this, there will be rounds that are over or may not. Like if people go the distance, go 7 games, they could be on.
Yep,
so
it's
just
stuff every day.
Look up this weekend and see, hey, what games are being played for the NBA. As far as the WNBA, we have some preseason games. Friday, we have the Toronto Tempo, new team, versus the Minnesota Lynx. Like, Minnesota is getting all these preseason games. They had one before this one. So they're playing at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then Saturday, the Nigerian national team again will be playing against the Indiana Fever, 6 p.m. Central Time. And then Sunday, Washington Mystics versus my new team, the Atlanta Dream, 2 p.m. New York Liberty versus the Connecticut Sun, 4 p.m. And 2 6 p.m. games with the Los Angeles Sparks, tell your mama, versus the Portland Fire.
No, look, trust me, she already know.
And then the Aces versus the Dallas Wings. So our first time being really able to see, well, probably seeing number one, AZ Fudd, get to see some Paige Beckers. As far as local, KC Current will be playing at the NC Courage, 5 p.m. They didn't have a great game last week, but that happens.
Yeah,
that happens.
Yes.
I'm
you
sure
win some, you lose some.
They'll get it back this week. And then the Royals, who got that sweep against the Angels, they head west to take on the Seattle Mariners with games Friday 8:45 p.m., Saturday 8:40, and Sunday 3:10. Sporting Kansas City will be at home versus Seattle at 1:30 p.m. So if you're looking for a game to see in town, if you're in Kansas City, Sporting KC has a game on Sunday. I don't know what day that is. I think it's Saturday. It's Saturday at 1:30
Check
p.m.
your local listings.
Yep.
So that does it. We're going to go to the song of the week. I always want to leave y'all on a little tune to look up if you haven't. In light of the whole Klay Thompson, Meg Thee Stallion breakup, I figured we would leave you with a Megan Thee Stallion song. It's called Plan B.
It's a good one, too.
If you haven't heard it, yeah, it's a good one. I told you Megan be spitting. I'm telling you. So I thought this was one that was fitting for the situation.
Turn it on, y'all.
roll it up. I said roll it up. I need to roll up in my bed.
You do. You need you a good nap.
I'll be fine now. Look.
Nap. She's a good nap.
I'm excited and hyped. But yeah, I was like, I'm falling over my words, honey. Turn it up. When you're rolling in the car, Plan B by Meg Thee Stallion. Like I said, once again,
I'm turning it on when I leave the studio today.
Hey.
Yep.
When is it about time for a new Meg album pretty soon? I was just thinking about that. When's the last time, if we about to do?
I don't know if we're doing it. She's ending her, I am sad she's ending her Broadway stint early. She is. And after this happened that night, she was crying on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So heartbreak is hard, and then you got to go to work.
Man. Yeah.
Nah.
Dang. So she's ending it early because of that?
I don't know if she's ending it early because of that. She's supposed to be there until the 17th, but she's ending it this weekend. She may just have a lot on you. So.
Oh, well, hopefully that all works out. And like I said, she can get over that. I know that's a tough situation.
We want happiness for everyone.
Yes, for everyone watching. And we want to thank you for watching. If this is your first time, we hope that you enjoyed it. Come on back. For those regulars, we love you. We appreciate you. Make sure if you have not already, you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. We are streaming on all platforms where you consume your podcast, so make sure to check us out there. Also, be sure to join in on the fun on Instagram at the Polished Playbook Pod, and you can keep up with all the updates, the episode drops, and more. Kana, anything else you want to tell the people, or is that a wrap?
That is a wrap. Sharon needs
That's
a nap.
Wrap. Oh, Sharon needs a nap. That is okay. Kana, don't do me like that.
Cut that on off.
And that's a wrap. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Bye.